What is up, you guys? It's Aureus back with another storm. I hope you guys are feeling good, staying safe, and being yourself. Today, I am going to be talking about 10 things I wish I knew when I did A-level art. So I did IGCSE art, and yes, I did GCSE art and GCSE, Jesus of Christ. IGCSE, I did IG art and A-level and AS art, and there's a lot of stuff. Just like IGCSE that I wish I knew. The 10th thing I wish I knew was the second you pick that subject, start. Like, don't wait for you to go to class and be like, Miss or Sir, I want to do this. No. The second you decide, I am going to pick art, start. Just start. Because you are required to do a lot of work. You're supposed to do minimum 8 pages for the control test and minimum 8 pages for the coursework of A1. So, sweetheart, the second you decide, you're gonna pick it, start. Brainstorm on your coursework. I don't care if you decided it while you're on your holiday. Start. The second you say, I'm gonna pick it. Don't say, I wanna start when no. Start. The 9th thing that I wish I knew. Looking for an artist reference as soon as possible, and this is specific to A-level. So in A-level, you're supposed to follow a specific artist. You're supposed to have a whole sketchbook dedicated to you doing a specific topic, and it's just gonna be a sketchbook separately. So in the sketchbook, you're supposed to have to follow an artist. You'd have studied with this artist, and you'd have done like a whole bunch of stuff with this artist, and then your work has to be referenced to this artist. And this requires you to go to the artist studio. So find this person as fast as possible, because if you're stuck trying to do this in the last days of your exam and you've not even done the final piece for your coursework, that is going to mess you up. I know that messed me up really bad because I only did it on the last 2 weeks, which I kind of regret, because I did the last 2 weeks and I hadn't even finished my reference sketchbook for my coursework. So guys, if you need to find an artist, find the artist fast. 8th thing I wish I knew was that all my work has to correspond and complement each other in every single way possible. So your work needs to have a flow, and it needs to like comment, because you just can't draw a random piece here, draw a random piece there, and put there. A-levels and AS, they are very strict and they're not as lenient as IGCSE. If your work doesn't make any sense in a particular place, that is literally 1 mark off everything. 1 mark gone. Shoo. The 7th thing I wish I knew was the bigger the piece, the better. Basically, the bigger the piece, that means the more detail it is, the more space it's going to take. But then as a result of that, you're going to need to take more time. So big pieces, do them in the start, and then the small pieces, you can do them towards the end, because the big pieces take a lot more time and you need to be less stressed. You're better off trying to pull off a small piece towards the end, because in the end you're just doing the final touches. My teacher used to always tell us she doesn't want to catch an A5 on our work, basically because we surpassed that point of using A5. So in our class, the smallest size you could go was A4. So if you do anything below A4, then she will not. Okay, it's not like she could stop you, but she wouldn't like when you're submitting your work for review, she wouldn't take it seriously. The 6th thing I wish I knew is that you need to burn the midnight oil. Just like any other AS or A-level subject, art is very consuming. And just like studying for physics or studying for math, you need to do your studies for art. You submit art a lot faster or a lot earlier than you do your final exam. And for your art, since we have to do a control test, you kind of need to put your control test together before you start doing courses. So my advice is that if this requires you staying up late, just do it, because in the end it's gonna be worth it. The 5th thing I wish I knew: make sure your work is as detailed as possible. As a senior artist, there's a certain expectation and a certain bar that is put for you as a A-level student, and if you don't meet that bar, then you automatically kind of lose marks. So if you are doing work, try to make your work as detailed as possible. That way that your work has more quality. And just like the way I was saying in my IGCSE video, is that quality and quantity need to be equal. In A-level, quality has to go up here, because without quality, then your work is demerited, and then you start losing mark, and then you end up failing. The fourth thing I wish I knew, having a final piece in mind. In my experience, when I was doing my coursework, I didn't have a final piece in mind because, like I said, start from the moment you begin. Don't let yourself get into a situation where it's almost time to submit and you've not done your final piece because you don't know what your final piece is going to look like. If you reach halfway to your submission time, sit down and think, what do I want my final piece to be like? Especially now that you have all this reference work that you've created before, like, because you know now you're halfway done. So in that halfway point, sit down before you even go and talk to your teacher. Sit down and decide on the plan. What is my final piece gonna look like? Because your teacher's gonna ask you, what is your final piece gonna look like? And you're just gonna be like, well, I don't know. The third thing that I wish I knew was having a goal. For every piece, every study that you do, it is a necessity, it is an important thing to follow, and it is something that I would humbly suggest that you do. The second thing that I wish I knew was mixing my media. So I have sung this song in IGCC video also, and I'm going to sing this song now again. Have mixed media. Do not focus on one technique. Do not focus on just one media. Do not focus on just one surface. If you're focusing on one type of paper, technique and media need to be different throughout. If you're focusing on one type of media, surface and media. If you're focusing on one technique, surface and media need to be different. If you're focusing on one media, technique and surface need to be different. You need to make that equilibrium. If you're focusing on one thing, change the other two variables. That way that you can explore more. The more you explore actually is so much better in any form of art, and you just need to do that. That is the best thing you can do for yourself. I have to say, I wish I knew was finding my mounting stuff as fast as possible. A problem we have as artists is that you go through all the work and then you're looking for mounting paper. As a Kenyan student, I'm talking to Kenyan students, British students, all the students out there. If you're not even Kenyan, it doesn't matter where you are. Look for your mounting piece as soon as possible, because then that way you can plan your pieces accordingly. So you don't end up being like, okay, fine, I'm done, I need to start looking for mounting pieces. The time you waste looking for mounting because you're doing it last minute is the valuable time you can use to do finishing touches. So let mounting paper be amongst the first things you find while you're going to buy your materials. Buy your mounting paper. That way you're prepared, you're ready, and you're ready. So that is all I have for you guys today. Honestly speaking, that was really fun to talk about. Me walking through my A-level experience, walking through my AS level experience. I was broken up, so I did AS first and then I did A-level first. But in all, this is the work that I did. I had 2 sketchbooks, coursework, and control test. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for a shout out, comment for engagement, like, because it really helps me boost my motivation. If you like and comment and you subscribe to this channel, you will be featured in one of my videos. So guys, don't forget to be yourself, don't forget to stay safe, don't forget to take it and be real, don't forget to explore. I hope you guys loved this. I know I had fun going down memory lane, so take care guys, hope you're fine, peace.